RaSTA stands for Rail Safe Transport Application Protocol. It is a railway safety communication protocol which is implemented in the standard communication interface between the subsystem interlocking and its subsystem field elements. It consists of two layers: safety and retransmission layer, redundancy layer, services offered, types of messages exchanged, content of the messages. These are headers attached in the packet message, PDU to safety code. This is the protocol stack of the standard communication interface. The RaSTA is implemented as a second layer in the SCI. A specification model of the RaSTA protocol is created in SysML and a method to verify and validate the model is investigated. Network protocols are hard to visualize and understand. To narrow the gap between domain experts, RaSTA model in SysML is created. Modeling a RaSTA protocol in SysML in order to push the RaSTA pre-standard towards standardization process. Verification and validation is required to create better specification models. Current method: formal verification. Limitation: assertions and assumptions on dynamic environment and also gets complex when using it on wide range of properties. Creating a RaSTA model as a part of SCI and integrating it with other EULYNX models and connecting it with EULYNX subsystem interlocking hardware. This is the solution to the problem definition. An IoT platform is used to implement a virtual testbed. The RaSTA software sends input into the RaSTA model using an IoT platform. The IoT platform is used for calling services and visualizing data. It is like a software in the loop, with the RaSTA model as the system under test and the software as the plant model. This is the logical architecture of the RaSTA virtual testbed, RaSTA VTB. The RaSTA VTB consists of the IoT platform and RaSTA model as parts. The RaSTA software acts as an external system. The interface block in the RaSTA model is used to connect with the IoT platform. This is the RaSTA model logical architecture. Test cases were generated and model improvements were found. Test cases helped in checking the model in real time. Fault injection testing was done and the concept of verification and validation using a virtual testbed was demonstrated. Hardware in the loop testing can be done in the future using the similar concept integrated with other EULYNX models. The RaSTA model can be used as a second layer of abstraction in the logical architecture of the EULYNX standard communication interface. Video description. Architecture of the virtual testbed. This is the architecture of the virtual testbed. The RaSTA model behaves as a server and the RaSTA software behaves as a client. In the center, the ThingWorx IoT platform is implemented as a testbed. The IoT platform connects the RaSTA software and the RaSTA client. The edge devices server and client, are virtualized as things in the IoT platform. The RaSTA software sends inputs into the RaSTA model to check its behavior. Connection establishment. This is how the virtual things look in the IoT platform. Each virtual thing have properties, services, and events. The mashup builder is used as a user interface to display the messages exchanged and also to call services by the user and test the RaSTA model. This is the RaSTA model user interface divided into separate layer, controls, and displays. Firstly, Open Connection Service is called to initialize the RaSTA layers. The behavior of the model is presented in the form of executable state machine diagrams. This is the RaSTA software command line user interface. The RaSTA software is connected to the IoT platform. Connection establishment service is called in the virtual testbed by the user. Connection is established and the message exchanged are displayed in the testbed. Data exchange. Data messages are exchanged between the client and the server when the data service is called by the user. A user-defined test message is sent from the model to the RaSTA software. A heartbeat is received by the RaSTA model as an acknowledgement message. Retransmission scenario. This is a fault injection test to check the retransmission capabilities of the RaSTA model. If a data package is lost in communication, the data package is retransmitted again by the communication party. In this scenario, a wrong sequence data package is sent by the RaSTA software to trigger the retransmission scenario in the RaSTA model. Protocol version check. The protocol version of the server and client are checked while establishing the connection. A protocol version mismatch leads to sending of a disconnection request. This is a fault injection test. Close connection. This is used to close the connection between server and client. A disconnection request is sent by the RaSTA model to close the connection. Wrong timestamp sent. This is a fault injection test. A wrong timestamp heartbeat is sent to check the time check mechanisms implemented in the RaSTA model. A wrong timestamp leads to sending of a disconnection request by the RaSTA model and the connection is closed.